Hi everybody, it's FIBO Group and you are watching to the Market Watch Review. There have been significant movements in the capital markets this week and participants are becoming cautious ahead of the U.S. employment report. Nearly all Asia-Pacific bourses collapsed today after yesterday's U.S. equity market rally was stopped. Europe's Stoxx 600 has suffered a slight loss as it closes in on its seventh consecutive week of advance. The U.S. futures are slightly heavier due to quiet turnover. Although the U.S. dollar is more heavily influenced, Scandi and Canada are a bit lower. The $1,800 mark is where gold stands today. The price of gold has risen slightly from its low point this week, just below $1,740. January WTI is at $81.25 in the quiet, ahead of the OPEC Plus meeting this Saturday. Asian Pacific market. The Asia-Pacific region will reopen next week. Next week, cakes and services and composite PMI are released. Also, the final PMI for Australia and Japan are released. China is currently in a very difficult spot. China is in a difficult spot. On the one hand, it has a COVID policy that hampers economic activity. However, on the other, the collapsed property market has decreased demand. The Japanese yen has surged due to falling U.S. rates and Japanese insurers adjusting hedge ratios. For the first time since February 2021, the dollar was sold above the 200-day moving mean. The Australian dollar is holding steady within yesterday's range. Market of Europe. Monday is the start of EU ban on Russian seaborne oil imports. More difficult has been a price cap. It is important to set a deadline in order to direct your efforts. Separately, tensions surrounding the US-EU Trade and Technology Council meeting next week have risen. After a 2.2% revision in September, Germany's trade surplus grew to €6.9 billion in October. This was a 0.6% decrease in German exports. Today, the euro is in a narrow range. The euro is currently above $1.05, while the advance has stalled at $1.0550. After briefly touching $1.2300 yesterday, sterling is consolidating today. Market of America. Today's market chatter revolves around the U.S. employment report. It must be a major shock to alter the market's expectations of a 50 BP increase on December 14. The swaps market is anticipating a 16% chance that the 50 BP rate will be increased next week, instead of 25 BP as per today's Canadian employment report. G10 currencies have failed to gain ground against the greenback this week, with the Canadian dollar being the only one. It will also be the third consecutive weekly loss of the loonie, unless U.S. dollars settle below CAD 1.3380. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.